Hello everyone, welcome back to the Eagles Nest with Aarav and Clint. This edition we do have a baller for you, as we will comment on the Eagles' first loss against the Denver Broncos, and we'll conclude on the Eagles' next game against the New York Giants. We do not like that team, don't we, Clint?
No, we do not. So, Aarav, what are your thoughts on the game?
Well, I think it's all a matter of fact that it was a mix of a couple things. Eagles' defense in the second half, not so good. Saquon, still not good. Do better, Saquon. And I really mean this. This is your former team we're going up against. Show off against them. Don't be afraid to perform another backwards jump.
All right, so let's start talking about the Broncos game, shall we, Aarav?
Yes. Anyway.
So one main thing I want to point out, we lost to the Denver Broncos.
To the Denver Broncos?
The Denver Broncos.
Well, I think Philadelphia, it was a mix of things. The referees at the end, Philadelphia's defense in the second half. And I think, I want to ask you a question, Clint. You're wearing an A.J. Brown jersey, aren't you? If
Yes,
you're
sir.
A.J. Brown with 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, what's your main, and this is the score, and you're down by 4 points. What's the main thing on your mind?
Got to get a touchdown.
Exactly.
But did we get a touchdown? No, we did not.
Not exactly.
Not exactly, really.
Although those last couple plays for the penalty.
Last couple plays.
We should have called the
desperate.
refs. Call those penalties, please. Like, for real. Call the penalties. Like,
I know.
He shoved the Dallas Goddard. Like, what is this? Anyway, I think that Saquon. We'll start with him.
Like,
he needs to do a lot better against. Not a lot better.
I guess he did. He has improved. He has, he's been shy in the first few games of the season, not doing anything big, just, normal runs.
Yeah.
But now we see him for, a short pass, 50-yard run. That's crazy.
Yes.
First big play for Saquon of the season.
Yes, I was briefly forgot about that. Saquon might not have started rushing this time, but that 40-something yard pass to him,
that was cool.
good. That was good.
Well, it was like a short flick, but 40-yard run, kind of.
No. It was more of like a 20-yard pass and a 20-yard run.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, practically.
Because it's like a third down. He starts taking off. His defender forgets about him, and by the time he gets the ball, his defender's back. But the defender's still trailing, and Saquon's speed is not getting the best of him yet. So, I think that Saquon played okay. The receiving touchdown was good, but he needs to do better in his position, rushing.
So I think that it's not. The reason we lost is not that we did bad, it's just that they did better.
I would say that
their defense kind of blocked us.
Great way. You phrased that really well, Clint. I think that that was very good. We didn't do good, but we didn't do bad.
They just did better.
They did a little better. I will say they played a lot better, especially in that second half. Fourth quarter. They were down 17-3 in the fourth quarter, and then they had 2 touchdowns, one rush by J.K. Dobbins and one pass to Evan Engram, and then the 2-point conversion and that field goal, which put them ahead by 4. I mean, that they need Eagles defense. That was another thing. In the first half they did well, holding them to 3 points. But second half, they just completely, let them run over them. They had to make some stops. And the Denver Broncos defense, they did great. They stopped us a lot. And they were really, helping out. And, there was a lot of,
kind of tension.
Tension
Tension
definitely in the second half. Once the Broncos started scoring. But anyway, what are your thoughts on the Eagles offense?
I think the Eagles' offense did well as they normally did. It's just that the Denver Broncos defense did better with blocking us.
They
all
did
the
really
touchdowns.
well. Denver Broncos defense did force a lot of punts, especially in the second half. Like, again, there was a big turning point for the Broncos, especially in the second half. And I think that I cannot deny that the Broncos played very well. Well played, Broncos. I will say that. Great job. You played well.
Yeah, how do you think, like, who do you think's the best player on the defense so far and how he's been doing?
Who? Eagles?
For the Eagles, yes.
Okay, well, you have to think about this. I mean, if I had to pick right now, the thing is, there's a lot of biasism for Jordan Davis just because of that blocked field goal that saved them. But he doesn't really. I think my favorite player on the defense right now, who's doing the best this season, is our good boy number 53, Zach Bond.
Zach Bond has been doing pretty good. He had a couple of interceptions, I think.
I think he's like.
And he's been blocking a lot. Like he's been the backbone of our defense.
He's like the backbone of our secondary. Like he's really good at he's kind of like a ninja. Like he's hiding in the field. He's hiding in the
sees
field.
His opportunity.
And then
charge,
and then when the quarterback throws to a receiver that's getting covered by Quinyon Mitchell,
then he takes
just
action.
strikes and just grabs that jumps into the open and grabs it like it's a toy.
Yeah, like why Zach Bond is such like a good player for our team is he's not just like a bat player trying to intercept the ball, but he's also like coming up to the front and sacking the quarterback at the same time.
Yeah, he's really good. Like as much as he likes to intercept and hang around as a ninja, he's also a ninja in like sneaking up on the quarterback and making
like
a surprise run, especially in when there's a bunch of tension between the Eagles and their opponents. I really also think that another guy I wanted to mention that's starring on the Eagles defense is homeboy number 33, Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean is doing pretty well this season.
He hasn't gotten any interceptions yet.
Just like normal. He's just been normal, kind of.
We're not holding. Listen, Cooper, if you're watching this, we're not holding you to any interceptions. We're just trying to say that you've been playing great this season. Not as good as Zach Bond, no offense, but you've been definitely playing well, making successful tackles and crucial tackles. Like when it's like a 3rd down and 9, and it's like a short pass to the tight end, you're able to like sweep in there and tackle him so we can't get that first down, forcing punts to the Eagles' drive.
I think that last season, Cooper DeJean did a lot more like intercepting in the backfield.
Yeah.
This season, he's kind of like doing tackling up in the front.
Well, his time to shine is usually when anywhere from 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 5, where it's a short pass to a tight end or a wide receiver and stopping them from that first down, or if they do get a first down, making sure it doesn't turn into like a 20 to 30 yard play.
We have like 3 lines of defense. We have the guys way in the back, we have the linebackers, and then we have the guys in the middle like Zach Bond and Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean is a really good cornerback. He's usually in the backfield. Zach Bond is a linebacker along with Jayad Campbell and that. But I think that one thing that the Eagles can work on in defense before we move on to offense, their defensive line. They haven't been sacking as much as they did last year. They had the number 1 defense last year, and by watching one game, by watching probably even one half. If I had known nothing about the football stats, and then I turned on an Eagles versus Giants game if I turned on the Eagles-Giants game last year, you could tell by halftime that this defense was the number 1 defense. And even if they are ranked number 1 defense statistically, I don't think they are. But if they are, they're not showing us that they're not playing like a number one defense. They need to get in there. Where's that passion, like quickly dodging the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
We need to see like Jalen Carter sacking the quarterback more. Like
Exactly.
I'm not really seeing he's only had like 10 sacks this season, right?
I don't know if he's even had a sack.
I don't know really.
He's had a blocked field goal.
I don't know really because I haven't even seen him do anything like practically.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing much,
Except for the
Blocked field goal.
disqualification in the Cowboys game.
Oh yeah,
That was
remember-
the first
I
time he got
remember that.
noticed this season.
Yeah, or that blocked field goal against the Rams. 1-2.
That was a really crucial point in that game.
Yeah. Anyway, I also think that so we finished with the defense. Let's move on to the offense for a little bit.
The offense is doing pretty good. The receivers doing decent. Saquon, kinda. He just got out of his shot. He just got out of his shy period.
I think in the first
Jalen
few-
Hurts
yeah.
is probably our best player on the offense right now.
Definitely, Hurts is showing a lot of passion. He's putting the work in to win these games.
You can see him at halftime just encouraging his players
Exactly.
Get up, we need to do better, guys.
Yeah,
Let's
guys,
go.
Let's score some more.
Let's go,
points.
AJ. Let's go, Devontae.
I think that also the receivers. So the receivers and the Eagles receivers, they were kind of coming out of their shell in first 2 week in week 1 and week 2. But then week 3 we saw their first big plays with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith touchdowns, Dallas Goedert with 1-2, and now they're passing a lot more. 2 flicks to Dallas Goedert in the Tampa Bay Bucks game, and I think it's they've over the last game. I think we're still waiting for a game where they balance their rushing and defense. Like Saquon, let's say they score 4 touchdowns against the Giants. I want to see Saquon with 2 and then a receiver each with 1, like Brown and Smith. And even Saquon doesn't have to have 2. It could be a tush push by Hurts. I really want to see 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns per game. That's what I really hope they can do.
We've definitely seen improvements in the offense and defense.
There's one last thing I want to talk about right before we head into our statistics breakdown. It's not really about the Eagles, but have you heard how the NFL is planning to ban the tush push?
What?
You haven't heard of this?
No,
So
I have not.
the NFL wanted to ban the tush push last year, but the Philadelphia and teams were complaining that it's too unstoppable. Nick Sirianni was saying this. That's not our fault that it's unstoppable. They can't stop us. So why should they ban it? And I agree with them. Tush push is a play they've made up before, and no one's ever cared about it until now when some random teams are trying to spark up no more tush pushes.
Each team has their signature move. The Jets have the jet sweep or something.
Yeah,
Miami has a special passing play. Our special play is the tush push.
Exactly.
You can't get rid of our special play.
Just because it's better
because
than all
it's
the
too
other
good.
Couple years ago, the San Francisco 49ers were tush pushing, and the commentators were saying, touchdown, Jalen Hurts style.
Jalen Hurts style.
But I think that if they ban the tush push makes up about 10% of the Eagles. The tush push is about 10% of the Eagles' plays. Tush push is fourth down and one, tush push. First and goal at the 1 yard line, tush push.
You see at least a couple tush pushes each game.
And now the Eagles are expanding that, fake tush push that we saw in the Buccaneers game.
Fake tush push, ready? Oh, flip it, say, touchdown.
Yep. And I think I don't think the NFL should really ban it because if that's our. But the thing is, it's not banned. It wasn't banned because we won by 2 votes. They lost by 2 votes, which means that this could change My dad says it's gonna get banned. Do you think it'll get banned next year?
Maybe, kinda. Well, the NFL, I would say the government, like the NFL founders and, you know what I mean, like the producers.
The NFL commissioners.
Yeah, like that. They're gonna have to all agree before they ban it. Like all of them have to agree.
Or maybe not. No, I think it's gonna come down to democracy. So like, not everyone's gonna want to ban the tush push, but the majority might want to ban it. But I'll say this: if there's any Philly fan out there who doesn't like the tush push, you can get to work writing up different plays. But in conclusion, I think the Eagles can bounce back. Clint, take us away.
Thanks, Aarav. So for quarterback stats, Jalen Hurts beat Bo Nixon passing yards 242 to 280, and in passing touchdowns 2-1. Take us away for rushing, Aarav.
Thanks, Clint. So for rushing, Saquon did get a 46-yard receiving touchdown, but that still should not take away his rushing abilities. We saw how good he could run last year, and we want to see more of that. Saquon with only 30 rushing yards, 30, leaving the Eagles rushers to only 45 rushing yards and zero rushing touchdowns, while the Broncos are cruising with 130 yards and a touchdown. Clint, you're up for receiving.
Thanks, Aarav. So for receiving, the Eagles did beat the Broncos in receiving yards 242 to 280, and in touchdowns 1-2. But I don't know if the Eagles receivers get credit for one of those touchdown passes because it was caught by a running back, so I wouldn't really count that as a receiving touchdown because it wasn't by a receiver.
We could call it a rushing receiving touchdown.
That kind of works. So, Aarav, let's finish off with defense and special teams.
Thanks, Clint. So for defense, the Eagles do trail to the Broncos in sacks 6-2, but the Eagles made more tackles than the Broncos, as they had 77 tackles, 47 of which were solo, while the Broncos had 51 tackles, 35 of which were solo. No turnovers forced in this game. And finally, do you remember how like Jake Elliott last year had a couple problems with like extra points he would sometimes miss?
Yeah, kind of missing sometimes. Like half of them he made, half of them he missed.
I'm glad. I think
we're seeing some improvements in the special teams.
I think we definitely have been seeing some improvement because he has made every extra point and field goal this season. As this game, he made 1 out of 1 field goals and 2 out of 2 extra points.
Okay, now we will transition into the Eagles' upcoming game against the, please, everyone, let's bear with me, the New York Giants. Boo. Which is a Thursday night football game, by the way. I think this will be a fun game to watch. What are your thoughts on the upcoming game, Aarav?
I really think that remember how we were talking about Russell Wilson last week?
Yeah.
He's on the Giants.
No.
But
yeah, he is on the Giants.
He's benched.
Oh!
Dun. Jackson Dart is starting. We saw him in action. We've seen him in action. I like Jackson Dart. He resembles a bit of Daniel Jones, except for his clown. Like Daniel Jones was such a clown. We can agree on that. I think actually no. Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. His team was so incompetent though. Because now he's in the Colts and he's cooking.
Yeah, like one time when I was watching a Giants game, I saw that the Daniel Jones threw the ball, and that he caught it. You see it, and in the background, you could just see Daniel Jones flopping on the ground. Like, he was like, oh, I'm hurt.
Yeah. I think Daniel Jones is doing a lot better now that he's off those Giants. But the Giants are not very giant. In fact, they're very tiny.
Kind of small compared to the Eagles.
Although I don't know if we're going to be talking, because remember, because in the old days, Giants with like Eli Manning were cooking.
Yeah, but now they don't have Eli Manning anymore. He's retired from the NFL now. So.
Yeah, he spends more time doing TV commercials than playing football.
That is true. You see him in the
Jersey Mike ads.
Yeah, the Jersey Mike ads with Jersey Mike.
Lies. Eli's.
Eli.
Anyway, I think that we should focus on the game. Like, I think that the Eagles' offense is going to perform great. They won't miss plus, this is in MetLife Stadium, too. They won't miss an opportunity to shatter the Giants in front of their own fans.
And another crucial thing I want to point out is that the team that Saquon was on before he went to the Philadelphia Eagles was the New York Giants. Before he went to the Eagles, he was with the New York Giants.
Yes.
Keep it together.
That was crazy. I don't know. I mean, I think he played very well on the Giants. They just couldn't. Their other offensive people are bad. Like, Saquon would be the only good player.
Saquon was
on the
the only good player on the offense, but now that they've lost him, that could give him that gives us a better chance to win.
Well, I mean, we've always beaten the Giants, but like
I know, but it just improves our chances.
The farthest they've gotten in the last 3 years is to an NFC divisional round.
Yeah,
which they got slaughtered by the Eagles.
Like the last time they were in the Super Bowl, I think was like 1970 something.
Yeah, so last time I think the year the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, their first time since 2017 against the Chiefs that they lost by a field goal. I think that was the game where in the NFC divisional round they faced the New York Giants. They slaughtered them 41-6, and I think the Giants still had Saquon. And then 2 seasons later, after the Eagles did not do very well, the last time the Eagles lost to the Giants was 2 seasons ago, where they lost 38-13 in the last game of the season.
I think that we should be able to beat the Giants pretty easily, unless another upset happens. But that's probably not going to happen, because
I hope it doesn't happen.
Hopefully the Eagles' offense has recovered from their previous loss against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I think we can really perform against the Giants. The offensive line will definitely perform great. Defensive line will play definitely well too. But I think it's all a matter of they have to have the momentum.
They really do, as like the Denver Broncos haven't really been doing that good this season, I don't think. But if they beat us again, I'm just crashing out. No, I'm just crashing out.
Yeah, like if we lose to the Giants, I don't think many Eagles fans are not going to be happy. One last thing, I think do you think we can expect a lot of Eagles fans at the Giants game?
I think so. Well, they're probably gonna want to see if the Eagles can come back after their loss. So that'll be a pretty exciting game for them to watch.
I meant like, since the Giants are so close by, their stadium's only about an hour and a half away.
Well, I wouldn't really say kinda, but
yeah.
Why would an Eagles? Are we home?
We're away.
Oh, then why would Eagles fans want to travel to New York? Because everyone. Philly hates New York.
I mean, I've worn an Eagles sweater. I've worn an Eagles sweatshirt while walking through Times Square in New York.
Oh no.
And it went fine, actually.
Yeah.
There are actually a bunch of Eagles fans in New York.
Yeah. One time, this was another encounter with the New York. Holy. This is another encounter with a New York team, the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to a random restaurant with an Eagles shirt in Buffalo, and I walked into a restaurant. Turns out it was, like, the biggest, like, Buffalo Bills fan restaurant in the whole state. They all stared at me and kicked me out. Like, we were kicked out.
You were kicked out?
Yeah, we were kicked out.
Did they literally say, like, get out?
Get out! Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, so in conclusion, I think it will be a fun game I think it will be fun to watch an NFC East matchup.
Agreed.
All right, let's do a breakdown of stats so far between the New York Giants and the Eagles.
Great idea. So for quarterback stats, Jalen Hurts is leading over Russell Wilson in passing yards, 889 to 786, and in passing touchdowns, 7-3.
Dang it. Wait, I thought Russell Wilson retired.
He might not have retired, but he is old enough that he has 3 interceptions while Hurts has 0. See, that's the benefit of not passing. in their first 2 games. No interceptions.
Like if you don't pass in like the first few games, they'll kind of figure it out and then start getting back up their passing defense.
Exactly. Clint, your turn for rushing.
Thanks, Aarav. So for rushing, Saquon has been flopping these last few games, but he's still leading Cam Skatebo in rushing yards, 267 to 240, and in rushing touchdowns, 3-2. Aarav finish us off with receiving.
Thanks, Clint. So receiving, Devontae Smith is leading Malik Neighbors in receiving yards 271 to 272, and in receiving touchdowns. He is trailing in receiving touchdowns 2-1. And now, but none of this actually matters because Malik Neighbors is out with a torn ACL.
Well, that improves our chances.
True.
All right, now we'll finish off with our Eagle of the Week and weekly question. This week's Eagle of the Week is, drumroll please, Jalen Hurts.
Woohoo! Yes, everyone, we believe that Jalen Hurts showed the best playing on the field last Sunday. That's all for now. Stay strong and go Birds!